Hi, I'm Tom Foss, President and CEO of Griffith Company. I just want to welcome you aboard, and I hope that you have a long and successful career with us. I'm here today to talk to you about safety. Safety is our number one priority. We view our employees as our most valuable asset. We want you to come to work healthy and prepared to work at the beginning of shift, and we want you to go home at the end of shift in the same condition. We expect that, we hope that for your family. This is important to us for several reasons. One being that we view our employees as part of the Griffith family. And secondly, a safe work environment allows us to control our insurance costs. It allows us to be more competitive at the bid table so that we're able to get more work to keep us all busy and employed. The key to safe work is watching out for each other. This takes communication. Never assume or make assumptions on what your coworkers know. We need to talk about the work, and we need to talk about safety in order to maintain a safe work environment. The work rules that are defined in this video are very important to the safe environment. Following the work rules is not an option, it's mandatory. We need you to follow these rules in order to promote the best safe work environment that we can possibly have. In addition, we have an anonymous tip line where if you see something that's just not quite right, you can report it. Those reports come directly to me. They also go to one of our members on the board of directors. That just kind of communicates that we take safety serious and we take these tips serious and we will act on them. So please let us know if you see anything that we should be aware of. Safety is important to Griffith Company in everything we do. And as we hear from you, we will have a chance to make Griffith Company the best it can possibly be. Thank you for your time and welcome again to the Griffith Company team. Work safe.
New employees are issued high visibility hard hats during their first 30 days of employment. You will be eligible for a white hard hat after 30 days and a follow-up orientation to ensure you have retained Griffith Company's safety expectations in your training. You must watch the orientation video and review the employee handbook prior to working. Personal protective equipment is provided for your use. All employees must wear an approved hard hat, safety glasses, and safety vest at all times while on the construction site. Gloves should be used when handling material. A positive attitude is always helpful as well. Safety goggles, face shields, or similar eye protective equipment must be worn on any work when there is a possibility whatsoever of injury to your eyes or your face. Respiratory protection is provided for both your comfort and your protection. When applicable, consult your supervisor on requirements. It is always preferred to use wet cuts using water to prevent dust in the air. Failure to wear required personal protective equipment will result in your project receiving a $2,000 penalty, which is used to fund our safety training program. Inspect your tools and equipment daily to ensure that they are in proper working order. Power saws, grinders, and other power tools must have proper guards in place at all times. Damaged or defective tools must be taken out of service immediately. The closest tool is not necessarily the right tool for the job. We expect you to use safe and appropriate tools and methods to accomplish your work. Temporary electrical cords must be covered or elevated. They must be kept clear of walkways and other locations where they may be exposed to damage or create tripping hazards. Never run a cord across a roadway without protecting it. Every day, every crew does warm-up exercises called stretch and flex. This happens before work at your crew's gathering place. You are expected to learn and participate in the stretch and flex process. Plan before you pick up something. Consider the weight, size, shape, path of travel, and set-down location. Get help if load is in excess of 50 pounds. Protect your hands and fingers from rough edges, sharp corners, and metal straps. Keep hands and fingers out of pinch points between the load and other objects. Leg muscles are stronger than back muscles. Lift with your legs, not your back. Bend your knees and keep your back straight. Any excavation over 5 feet in depth must be protected by sloping, benching, shielding, or shoring. All excavations 4 feet in depth or deeper must have a ladder present and nearby for access to and from an excavation. Prior to digging, all crews must have dig alert in place. Crews must also check the drawings provided by the customer and ensure that obvious utilities are accounted for, such as light poles, manholes, and structures. Fall protection devices must be inspected prior to their use. You must be trained to utilize fall protection devices. Any drop of 6 feet or more constitutes a fall hazard. Employees exposed to fall hazards must be protected against falls. Leading edges with fall hazards must be protected. Fall protection devices, guardrails, and fall limiters are common fall protection methods. Never enter a confined space without first discussing with your supervisor any confined space requirements. Never enter a confined space without proper training. All equipment must be inspected prior to use every day. Refer to the owner's manual for specific inspection requirements. Always wear a seatbelt in equipment that has rollover protection. As a new employee, you may not be used to working in high heat situations on a daily basis. You must make sure that you are drinking plenty of water and taking your breaks daily. If one of your coworkers begins to experience any of the signs and symptoms of heat illness, report the condition to your foreman immediately. Report all injuries immediately, no matter how minor you might think they are. Your supervisor will ensure treatment occurs and the incident is recorded. When an accident is reported late, it will be challenged for that reason. First aid supplies are provided on the job site in your supervisor's truck or site office. First aid training personnel are available to render minor treatment and to maintain required records. You must notify your foreman and/or the job site office prior to leaving the job site of any injury or illness, whether personal or work-related. Your supervisor will submit the incident report electronically. Griffith Company has a modified duty program. When possible, the company provides less strenuous work for employees who have been injured on the job. This is a benefit to the employee continuing their pay while recovering from their injury.
Welcome to Griffith Company. You've just watched the safety orientation video, and that's great. But no video, no matter how good it is, will replace a good old-fashioned conversation between your new supervisor on your new project. The safety policies and procedures listed in this video are the very basic elements that we ask our employees to understand before they start to work for us. But they are in no way every single safety rule that exists in the field. When you arrive to your new site, you are expected to discuss with your foreman the safety requirements of your job. Thank you, and welcome to Griffith Company.